All right, I'm going to explain a bit of a scenario to you, right? Now, let's say you catch wind, right? Something you hear that particular community, right? Because here's the thing: whether you live in New York, whether you live in Toronto, whether you live in Vancouver, there's different kind of communities. You know what I mean? I'll tell you, in Vancouver, they have a Sikh community, which is Punjabi, which is Indian. It's a state it's a state in India called Punjab. All right, those guys used to they built the railroads. Okay, they built the railroads, and so did the Chinese. Them and the Chinese built the railroads. I've been to Vancouver. I spent 3 or 4 weeks in Vancouver. I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of Punjabis and a lot of Chinese people in Vancouver. Outside of the whatever the Canadian community is. Typically, people from other countries do like to settle in capital cities versus smaller towns. So, anyways, the point is, over here in this Toronto community or Toronto area, we have a Pakistani community. Okay, and I catch wind that there's something going on. So I'm out one day and I'm walking, and I see this. See this Pakistani guy, right? And I think about it and I go, why don't I just fuck with him a little bit? Like, I'm not gonna get violent or anything like that. Why don't And I look at it and the way he's walking and carrying himself, I'm like, dude, if I went up to him, man, it would look so bad. Like, everybody on the street would be looking at me in the car like, what an asshole, what a piece of shit. This guy is just like a nerdy kid. You know what I mean? He's just a pussy. Why would you do that to a pussy? He's so innocent and pussy-ish. So, and he reminded me of like a garden snake. So I'm looking at him, I'm like, fuck, I can't even, even though I'm like, dude, just forget about it, right? I go a little bit further. I see another motherfucker like that. I'm like, about that, I'm like, oh, fuck, I can't even do it. Literally within like 3 days, that happened 5 or 6 times. And I was just like, oh my God, what a pussy. I can't even do anything. What a pussy, And then I'll tell you, finally, so I'm walking and I see a guy. Now, I'm not saying he's a pimp. The thing is that, even whether you're in law enforcement or you're not, or you're in a legal world, some of us are able to look at certain people and we know what a pimp looks like. We know what a prostitute looks like. Looked like he was with a prostitute. Sometimes pimps have a main chick and she'll even have their kid. And they'll raise the kid while they're making money off clients who are having sex with the girl. Now, before you say I'm crazy, ask anybody. Prostitution is pretty much legal in Canada, at least in the GTA. It pretty much is legal. It goes on everywhere. It is like prostitution is a larger racket than drug dealing in the States. That's how big prostitution is in the GTA. And I'm not joking about that. All kinds of, all this prostitution is crazy, man. There were kids in my high school started prostituting girls out at like 15, 16 years old, man. You know what I mean? Like they were getting like adults to have sex with their teenage girlfriends. I'm not joking about that. Prostitution is huge. Anyways, whether he's a pimp, I don't know. I was pretty much on the ball that he's a pimp, and I dealt with him the way he would deal with it. Kind of was walking, feeling at him on his level, because I know his level is not an actual violent level. So obviously I'm not gonna get physical. So what do I start thinking about? I don't know. All right, on his level, I kind of eye contact, whatever, and he looks at me and just like looks the other way, like everybody's standing there, and he just sees me and he looks the other way, and I just boom tap there's a glass behind me, just tap it as I'm walking by, and I know I got him, by the way. Now, about 2 days later, or a few days later, I'm walking and I see this Pakistani guy. But this Pakistani guy is huge. He's probably like maybe 6'3", maybe higher, maybe more than 6'3", at least 6'2", if anything, and if not 6'4". And he's not a skinny dude either. He's, I would say, at least maybe 180, 190, if not over 200 pounds. And I just kind of want to. He's feeling very safe around me, by the way. And this must be because of how the past interactions have gone. So I just give him a little bit of to make him flinch. And he flinches. And I know he bit on the flinch. So he bites on the flinch. And by the way, if you make somebody flinch, just watch them as they're walking and see how they act when they pass by other people if you really want to confirm it. I didn't need to confirm it, but I confirmed it. And I knew that motherfucker was a king snake. I knew that motherfucker was venomous. I knew he could bite. I knew he was a king snake. All right. Pakistan is very pro snake. If there was a snake gang, it would be the Pakistanis. They are highly pro snake. By the way, you know those snake charmers? They started from Pakistan and India, by the way. I hope you know that snake charmers or snake charming, that practice began in Pakistan and India. Okay, they have snakes all over Pakistan and India, venomous and non-venomous. They have inside the cities, every other night, a cobra will enter a house. And that's not a joke. They got vipers and cobras and snakes in the cities. Like in your regular air-conditioned house, a cobra and a cobra, it's a common thing for people to say that a cobra came into my house. It just happens all the time. That is like, and I'm not saying that's the land of the snakes or cobras, because snakes and cobras have made certain countries their habitat, and they like different ones, like different environments. That environment is highly rich in cobras and snakes and stuff. There was even snake worshipping. And there's evidence of old civilizations in Pakistan and India and I guess Bangladesh who would worship snakes. Literally, they worship snakes and cobras. I'm not kidding about that. They would build statues and everything, and then they would literally pray to the snakes. It's like in their blood and in their communities and in their histories, the snake kind of attitude. Now, you see, after I did that, they were supposed to have heated, but they didn't want to heat. What did they do? They turned on to the king snakes. They turned on the king snake. They turned on the anaconda, right? And they both follow different kind of procedures. They turned on both of them, right? Now the thing is that they're not supposed to do that. Now, but they did it. Okay, they turned on basically the strongest ones in the group, which is not really a good look. Number one. Number two, they're still trying to fuck with me. I'm like, God damn. Yeah, I mean, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, what is this? Like, dude, what is this? Like, you are totally avoiding me like a pussy. And I take out and you're strong, like the heads of your motherfucking thing. And you're still trying. You know what I mean? You're still in that process. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? What the fuck are you doing? Like, what is this? Can you understand can you understand how I can get aggravated? Or can you understand like what the fuck is wrong with you, man? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense, you know? No, really, it doesn't make any sense. But that's the deal, and that's what I wanted to talk about. I'm just like, and even it's like, dude, you're still trying to fuck with me, man. What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. You know, there is one thing, you know, I don't want to get into people's organizations and all that. At least not right now. But that was a deal, man. You know, that was a deal, and they're still trying to do something they're not supposed to do, and they will pretend like nothing happened. They have a very fake outside. Like when they talk to the outside world, they act a certain way. When they're in their circle, they're totally different, man. They'll sit in their circle, talk shit about, like, you know what I mean? And when they're outside, like dude, like Amir Khan was supposed to be the best Pakistani boxer ever. Okay, he was supposed to be a legend. All right, he fights this guy who's not even ranked. Okay, his name was Bradis Prescott. He got knocked out in 52 seconds. 52 seconds, Amir Khan got knocked out. Guess what happened? The guy has the Pakistani community so far up his ass. They're so well behind him that even though he got knocked out, they still were supporting him. He has no followers from like England. He's from England. He doesn't have any followers. All his followers are Pakistanis. And I'll tell you, literally. So he fights Danny Garcia, and he's trying to get the belt. So he fights Danny Garcia for a championship fight, and I think it was Madison Square Garden. It was New York or Philadelphia or something in the States. Maybe it was California. Maybe Vegas. He goes to fight him, right? I'm not even kidding. There was like 150 to 200 Pakistanis from England who got onto a flight to go watch him, like 200 Pakistanis. Do you know what happened? He got his ass knocked out again. You know what I mean? And I mean, he gets knocked out bad. Go watch it if you don't believe me. Watch Amir Khan versus Brandon Prescott or Amir Khan versus Danny Garcia. Right? I think Danny Garcia is Puerto Rican, Prescott is Colombian. You know, dude, the guy got knocked out so bad. The first fight, he got knocked out in 20 seconds, but by the time he got up and got knocked out again, it was 52 seconds. But he was just like, all over the fight. Like, this guy was like, he couldn't, dude, his legs were wobbling and shaking like that. And the guy still has support because he has a country behind him. You know what I mean? He still has support because he's got it, because this entire because these guys are like closed-minded people. They hate their neighbors. They hate Indians. They hate Bangladeshis. Okay, they hate everybody, but they openly only hate Indians. Okay, and Bangladeshis openly. No, I don't know, man. I don't know because everywhere I've seen them, they're so pussy and weak, you know, and I just don't understand. I'm like, why are you picking a fight with somebody who's like twice your fucking size, man? Why are you picking a fight with somebody that you shouldn't be picking a fight with, man? What is your fucking problem, man? You know what I mean? It's like how bad do you fucking want to get it, man? What's wrong with you? You know? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I'm not fucking Pakistani. You know what I mean? So what are you trying to do, man? You know I'll whoop your fucking ass. What are you fucking trying to do about this shit? Anyway, let me just finish this off. It's crazy, man. Amir Khan is like the biggest embarrassment in boxing, by the way. Everybody they call him Glass Chin. And he's came out, all people say I'm Glass Chin. They call him Glass Chin. Mir, M-E-R-E, Amir Khan artist, because he always sells himself and always gets people to buy his tickets and come watch his fights, and then he gets his ass knocked out. It's crazy, man. You know, there's never been any Pakistani boxers in pro boxing. I like to this day, definitely not a champion. Definitely not a championship. I've never heard of him. He's the only guy from that country to get into boxing. So they all want to support him because they've never been known to do any kind of sporting. They've never been known to do any kind of sporting. So the guy is basically getting knocked out all the time, yet he has all this fan support. He's got all these fans coming to pay to watch him. And by the way, those are 200 people who bought flights from England to California, right? He had like another 50,000 Pakistanis in England buying his pay-per-view. You know what I mean? So this guy who sucks and gets knocked out all the time is getting fucking like he's just getting an automatic play. Like, it makes no sense, man. It makes no sense at all. Now, I know that by the way, the country has self-declared itself a failed state. Okay, a failed state means that it's like, you know, when you have state of emergency, this is like its permanent state of emergency. They are in permanent state. They call themselves a failed state, meaning that they have failed totally, economically, internationally, diplomatically, in every way. That country has failed. Dude, imagine my frustration. Like, why are you still trying to fuck with me, man? What's wrong with you, man? I mean, literally, if I fuck, I shouldn't say that. But look, the thing is, dude, what is your problem, man? I don't know. There was this motherfucker who I beat up in 12th grade, this Pakistani guy, and I swear to God, I'm walking, I'm like, why the fuck is his sister here? Why is your sister just happening to be on my walk? What the fuck is going on with that, man? Like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Like these people are retarded, man. You know, it's stupid, man. It's totally stupid. Totally stupid, by the way.